Hello, and this is a care video for giant African millipedes. I haven't kept any other millipedes, so I can't say if it would work for any others, but it works really well for these. And just so you know, this one isn't dead, and you can see them little things running along my hand and along the millipede. This is the main thing you need to know. These are mites, but people think, oh, mites, dirty, horrible things. Nope, these are good mites. They're actually cleaner mites, and that's my guinea pig. They're actually cleaner mites, and they are vital for millipedes to live. If they don't have any, they can die. If they have too many, they can die. So you got to keep it at a nice level. If they get too much, you just pick them up like this, and you hold them outside or out, and you just like blow them. Or you can, or my preferred method is just to spray them with one of these. Not of what we're next, what we're going to use, but anyway. But yeah, you're spraying with that. So that's pretty much just the millipede itself. This is one of my smaller, I think it's a female. Yep, it's a female. You can sex these, but I'd look at that on another video or something else because I don't want to explain it because it's really hard to explain, but I do understand how to sex this species. There is two others in there. I think that's my smallest female, and one of my big females and my biggest male was in there. That's actually a medium Exoterra cave, which I have over here. Oh, I should have really been better organised. That's where they stay, by the way. That's what I wanted to show you. That's where I keep the millipedes. They have the heat mat at the back, where the hide is. And so basically the heat mat will be there. And all that cave is one of these. It's the exact same cave. It fits perfect. If you put it in an angle like that and up. And basically what you do is you work the soil around it, and that works absolutely perfectly. There's my guinea pig. Seems like quite a few people who keep weird animals keep guinea pigs as well. But yeah, that's it pretty much for that. The enclosure is a large Exoterra tall, as you can see, and that's perfect for a trio of millipedes, fully grown giant African ones, and it's perfect for them really. You can, for the enclosure, you just use Eco Earth or any of them, any soil product really, what's made for animals, what you put in a bucket and you soak and it expands, any of them are perfect really. And there's two in there and one there. The biggest one is 12 inches and the smallest one, which is 8 inches. The average from about that at adults, that one might get a bit bigger, but I doubt it. For feeding, I feed them, at the moment they've got apple. I feed them apple, tomato, cucumber. I think I've tried them on carrot before, can't remember, but if you stick to apple, cucumber and I forgot what else I said. Apple, cucumber and tomato, they usually just eat that fine. They do prefer cucumber though. And as you can see, I do put calcium powder over it. It is advised with this species. It's one of the only inverts I'd actually advise to use calcium powder with, but it does help with growth and skeleton, the exoskeleton. It does help with that and stuff. And I use bug gel, but that's only because I'm trying to breed this species, and one's dug a hole there, and hopefully, because that's the usual hide, they always usually hide in there or just sit on top, hopefully she will have laid eggs down there, and in a few months I'll get babies, fingers crossed. But yeah, they're pretty easy to care for. You spray them. I don't really like to advise humidity, I just like to say spray them. I spray mine daily, or I do this twice a day. I just give them a really good, make the soil quite damp. Don't mind if you spray them; they do eat it, drink it off themselves. This is also, I like to give it quite damp, because if they don't, because one or two of them don't. I mean, one of them doesn't drink the bug gel, but it drinks off the glass instead, and they just soak the hide a bit and the soil and get it just a bit damp on top. It will soak down, and that's pretty much what you can do every 2 days. You do it a bit lighter every 1 day, but just keep it humid, and they're really easy to care for. You change the food every 3 days, and you give them a good portion like that. It's easy. That could feed 5, but that's only 3. But yeah, all that should be fine. I don't think I missed anything. I've said the tank. Oh yeah, the temperature. For the thing, because I keep them in there. On this, that's an empty tank. On this, and I keep that at 25, and that's perfect for these. The people say if you put them on the bottom, they will burn their legs. They don't even do that. If you give them a pre-built cave, which I advise, because then they all pile on top of each other, and it's a lot better for them because it keeps them more socially active and stuff like that, and it seems to be a lot better. I wouldn't advise them keeping this species lower than 3. By that I mean keep them in 3s or more, and try to keep 1 male to 2 females at least. If you don't know how to sex them, either look it up or ask whoever you're buying them off. If it's a pet shop, sometimes they won't know, so it's better to learn yourself. I won't explain it now. I will do a video if people ask for it, but it's quite hard to explain on video. It's easier to show with diagrams and pictures. And that's pretty much it. They're a really easy species to care for. One warning is though, I don't think this one's going to do it, hopefully not, but from the back end, which if it's focus, basically that's its end. Its head's there, turns there. They will, it says it's a poison, but if you're not allergic to any insects, you'll be fine. But if you're allergic to insects, it's like a maple syrup kind of substance, and if you do get it on your skin, it will stain your skin for about 2 weeks, and you will not be able to get it off. So if you want to handle them, I would advise using gloves. If you're not really bothered, like me, I'm not really fussed. It'll just stick to your skin for 2 weeks. If you're not allergic to any insects, it won't really affect you. But if you are allergic to insects, I would advise either wearing gloves or not having this species, because it's like a weird poison, but it's just more to put predators off. It won't really affect us unless you get it in a cut. It will get infected. So if you have cuts or anything, don't handle them or wear gloves even more. But the safest bet is just to wear gloves if you want to handle them. They are a very nice species though. The best way to put it is the gentle giants, because they're really friendly. Usually they calm down. Like this is my smallest female, and she's actually really shy. But the biggest male will just walk along my hand, and he's about as thick as my thumb. So I don't know how to show you how big that is. About the top, same as that lid. It's about as thick as that, and he'll just walk along when he's not fussed. Hopefully I've covered everything. If I've missed anything, just ask, or if you think some of my information is a bit wrong, just ask, because I might have presented it wrong. But hopefully everything's right. I don't think I missed anything. Just by the way, I've had these species for about 7 months, and they've just thrived. They've been in different tanks, like they've been in that before my roaches were in it, and they was in the smaller one, which they were fine in, but this one seems to give them a lot more space, and they're happy with it, and it seems to do really well. By the way, just some more advice: when you use this tank, fill it up till about there, because then it gives them a good space, because they do lift themselves up, and they will look about, and they do need to get on top of their food just to eat. So I'd advise just doing it 2/3 of the way up, which works perfectly fine, because they usually just curl up in the ball anyway. It's not like they're going to lay out straight. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't think I missed anything. See you in a bit.